starting from the beginning, when did you kind of realize that like gaming was so fun for you, but it was also something that it was a hobby, and now it can turn into something where it's like, are you dropping content on a consistent basis?
I realized gaming was fun for me from like 3 years old.
Yeah.
First of all, the youngest, well, I was the oldest, but I was around on my uncles, so they were, running the game, and I'm just watching them. I can't play, but in my mind, I'm like, the minute that I get to play, I'm gonna beat them. I never did, but that's what I believe. So fast forward to now, college football 25 came out after like a decade long hiatus,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, I remember last time I played this game, I was like 12. So the excitement just carried over into me doing content. My first video, 600,000, and I'm like, okay, this feels good. This feels right. And then a week later, I had like 5,000 followers, and I'm like, okay, these people are watching me, so I owe it to them to show up. And then fast forward a year later, it's a career now.
Yeah. You mentioned about like that first video. Like, I know what it's like when a video goes viral and your notifications start going crazy. It's going crazy. So like, when did you realize like, man, like this is the one, or it's like this is really something that can be special? Like, did your notifications look different? How was that?
I turned it off. First of all, I turned it off, but I feel like it's something in me, like the athlete background in me. When you do something, like you reach a certain level, you want to do it again and again and again and again and again. So every time I get a video that may pop off, I'm like, okay, I can do better. 600,000, let me hit a million, let me hit 2 million, and it just, I feel like it'll never stop being that because that's that athletic. You score 30, I want to score 30 again and again and again and again. But I want to say when like I think it was maybe it was the first time I said my catchphrase, Jordan George. People was like, "Oh my God, this is the one."
Yeah.
And then I saw little kids doing it in their 7-on-7 games. I'm like, I'm affecting people. People are taking what I'm doing and they're recreating it. So that was it. Seeing people take something that I did and do it in real life. That was it.
When you think about that, man, like the not just the power of having influence, but the way that you can like set the trend of the culture, like you quoting song lyrics from Disney Channel movies, or you know what I'm saying 1-2 Boogie Shorty George, like you're a part of the nostalgia of what people had back in the day, but you're also like setting the trend for, like you said, them younger generations don't know nothing about it,
Right.
and now they going back and discovering the sweet life of Zach and Cody. Like, how does that feel for you to know that you're a part of that?
It feels amazing because I always thought, even I was the oldest, so the oldest, I'm the first child, only child at that point. So I had another brother. I always thought I was the star of the show.
Yeah.
So to see people feel that same way about me, it feels really good because being in broadcasting major, I have to watch a lot of films. I have to direct. I have to do all this. So this is stuff that I would do for fun anyway. And I guess the quick wittedness comes from being around my dad so much. He can call something just like that. So it's just in me. So if I see something, it may be like first down and I have 12 yards and I see 1-2, my mind goes to 1-2.
Yeah.
And I just do it like that. It's like on memory bank. I never run out of things. So yeah, it feels really good to be an influence to answer your question.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta make the right people influences, I believe. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'm the right influence.
Yeah. How much of that is like also like a responsibility in knowing like people almost look up to you in a sense, like you go outside and somebody here in Lafayette, like you go out to eat somewhere, somebody recognizes you from TikTok, from Twitch. Like now they're looking up to you. You're influencing the next, Casanet or the next level streamer, the next Beezy gamer, all those things like that. How does that make you feel, man?
It makes me feel amazing because it gives me the like I now I know things that I do are in the public light. And I feel like as far as the sports world, I always knew how athletes wanted to kind of be talked about or the way athletes are when they're not on the field. So to be able to see other athletes come to me and like, man, I resonate with what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. That means the most to me. I didn't make it to be a D1 or something like that. So to be able to mend that connection with them is great, and to be able to see like younger people, like my little brother called me from school and like, Brian, tell them that you're my brother. And I'll be like, no, no, you're not about to do that. But that it makes me feel good because now he's going to school with a sense of pride, like that's my brother. So to be able to be in the front and I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm gaming. Show people you don't gotta be tough. You don't gotta be this. You could be an athlete and it may not work out. Get on this game. And you know what I'm saying? Not relive it, but just find another avenue to get that energy out. Because most people with athletes, I've been playing basketball 23 years of my life. It's hard to take something you've been doing for 23 years and just let it go.
Yeah.
So do it through this. Do a podcast. Do something like that. And I just want to show them that's possible. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. Like, so how, did you like growing up, were you really active in the sports? Were you playing sports a whole lot? What are your background kind of looking at?
So I was a three-sport athlete growing up:
Yeah,
baseball, football, basketball.
yeah,
I started playing basketball predominantly when I got to like middle school. That what I realized I was best at. But in the neighborhood, we would just be outside playing, and coaches would just drive by like, "Man, you want to play baseball? You want to play?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll play anything." So going to high school, got into basketball, got kicked off the team. Things happen. So I kind of had to realize that that dream was kind of dwindling. And then I got into a car wreck, broke my leg, and that's really when it was like, okay, I got to find something else to do. So I told myself in high school there was like a job conference or something, and I said, if I can't make it playing sports, I'm gonna make it talking about sports. This is way before streaming or gaming,
yeah,
and now I'm living that out.
yeah.
So that's to answer your question. I always go on tangents. To answer your question, I've been playing sports a long time: basketball, football, baseball, and I studied. So that kind of leads to me being more knowledgeable on the game because people want to laugh, but they also want to be informed. It's like a base, like Gus Johnson. Those are some of the people I look up to. You want to Mark Jackson. You want to mix it in. So when people hear I really know what I'm talking about and I'm entertaining, that's when they're like, okay, this is something I can get behind. Like an athlete, if I'm playing college, I'm like, oh, they're in 3 Shell, or they're in, what I'm saying, they covered 3 Show 2.
Yeah.
They're like, dang, he knows what he's
Every
talking
time,
about,
yeah.
but he's funny, so I can get with this dude. Because athletes, a lot of athletes, from what I hear, they don't like talking to the people that never did anything. They don't know nothing about nothing. They resonate more with people that have actually been through it.
For sure, for sure. I don't know if I've ever actually asked you like where are you originally from, like from Lafayette or
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Okay, so you're a boot boy your whole life.
Yeah.
To be able to do this so close to home, to be able to do this in your home state, and kind of almost put Louisiana on the map because like you think about streamers, you think about Cassinet, he's based kind of a lot out of the Atlanta area. You have Bordeaux, you have QJB, and all these other guys like that. But like you think about Louisiana streamers, it's you and Dante. You know what I'm saying? So like, how does that make you feel from a sense of pride to know like you're putting on for your home state too?
It wasn't until like I did a collaboration with EA Sports where I was like, wow, somebody from Louisiana is collaborating with EA Sports. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. So that's Cash Nasty. He was from Louisiana.
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? So when you think of Louisiana, you think of an athlete, an entertainer, or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So to be able to show them that, people in the South have that same creativity when given the opportunity. So I wear it like a badge of honor to show people that like people that come from Louisiana aren't just in this fold, in this tunnel. They can do a whole bunch. So it's a big pride. Big pride.
No doubt, man. From a creativity standpoint, how much does you going to school for broadcast journalism, how much does that help you in being able to understand like you have your light, you have, a certain type of camera quality, you have your PC, like you understand what an HDMI cable is, what an XLR cable is. How much does having that background help not also, or how much does it help in terms of like your creativity and also presenting like quality content as well?
It's like a superpower, man. Like I look at it like an athlete who had a father that was in the league, and you can just look at the guidelines. So I'm like, man, I've done live broadcasts for 4 or 5 years with ESPN. So I know what it is. I know when it's time to cut. I know when it's time to let the thing breathe, not say too much, let the play happen. How to direct, how the audio should sound. So that's my superpower. So when I talk in these broadcasts, people are like, man, how is he just so natural? They don't know that I've been putting work in for years. I studied broadcasters. I go way back in time, studied Vin Scully, Howard Cosell, Al Michaels, and just go all the way. You know what I'm saying? I do my work.
Yeah.
So I study what they do, see how it works, and then I add my own flavor in it. So when you add that work and consistency with my personality, that's when it works. So I feel like you have to study. You can't just do this on a whim.
Yeah. Gotta be a student of the game, man. That's a good mixture of everything. Let me ask you this. What has been your like most favorite piece of content that you created? Like obviously you had viral ones go, but like what was that one where it was like, man, like as you were putting it together, you was like, man, this one finna pop. Like I don't care if it get 5 views, like I know this the one, you know what I'm saying?
So the funny thing about that is for me, I reckon like the ones that I always think that have been directed and edited so well, they never, and not never, but rarely are those the ones that go through the ones I put all my work into, but it's the ones I just do naturally. So I have three. My first hockey video, because that got the attention of EA Sports and it was amazing. People in Edmonton were like sending me jerseys for the Stanley Cup, so that was big to see like people really support me. And it's hockey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta diversify. You know what I'm saying, man. that was, I felt like a pioneer in that essence. Like, wow, I'm the first person to branch out and do that. Second one was the Nichols video that I did with Johnson, because that was like in real life. People invited us. We wore their jerseys. We had the helmets on, and they asked for us to be there. Met all the coaches. They were amazing. Shout out to Nichols. Um, and the third one, I would say the first one that I said "One Two Boogie Shorty George," because that just, because I was already saying catchphrases before, but that was the one that stuck.
Yeah.
And being that was one of my favorite shows ever. I need to meet Phil Lewis. Phil Lewis, I hope you see this. I need to meet you. And so yeah, I would say those are my three. Those are my three for sure.
What's so funny about that too is like you would do a video and then like the next week on a Sunday you'd see an NFL guy do Shorty George, and you'd see a college player do the same thing. Like that goes back to the influence part, man. Like how like cool is that somebody can see a video on TikTok and you go in the comments and they saying, "Hey, that's Beezy. That's Beezy that did that."
Before I even have to go and defend myself, seeing hundreds of people defend me, I'm like, okay, this is real. This is like a career for me. When I can't remember his last name, the Ogletree, Colts, 85. Sorry, I can't remember your first name, but he did it, and everybody was going crazy, and they was tagging me underneath, and I'm like, okay, this is real now. So I'm hoping. I want to see Jamar Chase do it. Jamar Chase do it. All the athletes from Louisiana, Odell, Justin Jefferson, I need y'all. Clyde Ozelaire, I need all y'all boys to do it. That would mean the most to me. Seeing somebody from Louisiana do it.
Yeah. You talked about like the collaboration with EA and all of those things like that. Like, how have you seen this pan into like going from a hobby to now becoming something that like at the end of the day it can help pay the bills? Like it becomes a career of something that not only you enjoy doing, but like also it can be something that you can see yourself doing 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and continuing to branch off and level up.
The biggest thing with that is I had to man up in the sense like, okay, this isn't just for fun anymore. I'm getting 30 emails a day. Gotta have 5 meetings a day. I gotta constantly come up with content every day. I've been going for a year straight on July 12th. That'll make a year straight. So that was the biggest shift for me. Like, okay, it's fun now, but if I really want to capitalize off this, I gotta treat it like a job. So sun up to sundown, I'm editing. I'm thinking of things I can put in the video. I'm emailing this brand. I'm talking to this brand. Collaborating with this person. Putting my content out on 5 different platforms. So that was the biggest thing. Okay, I got to treat it like a job. If I want to do it, I got to be being in the lab, working on your game every single day. So that's the biggest thing that came from that. Is I got to be consistent. Now you can be good, but if you're consistent and good, then you'll be one of the ones that remember. So treating it like a job has probably been the. It's been hard though. It's been hard. I wanted to do it for fun. Now it's still fun, but having to really take it serious. If I want to make something, I can change everybody's life with this.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I guess my last question for you, like, how have you learned to balance between the life of a college student and a professional streamer in doing that? Because obviously, we know about in college, you have late nights, early mornings studying for exams, going to classes, all those things like that. How have you worked to balance it so well?
Not much sleep, I can tell you that. Not much sleep. I thought, look, man, I'll sacrifice now, get my degree. It'll all be worth it in the long run. I may have class from 8 a.m. to 12. Then I come home, have to make a video from 1 to 3. Then I have to go film the game with ESPN, UL. Then I got to come back home, get ready for the test in the morning. And that was just my constant loop all year. Now, sometimes it did get really hard, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do this, but like, bro, this is my one chance.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. So I'll just sacrifice my hours of sleep, and then when I'm 40, 50, I'll just sleep all day. I get all my sleep back. But that's been the hardest part, being a college student. But I edit my own things. I record my own things. So it was real difficult. But it's just that I can see the end goal.
Yeah.
So I won't let my couple hours of sleep stop me from getting to my end goal.
Thanks, man. Anything else you want to say, bro?
I'm gonna just give a whole bunch of shout outs there. Mom, dad, brother, Jonte, EA Sports, UL, for all the times I got noise complaints, but y'all didn't kick me out. I got so many noise complaints, but I thank y'all. Now y'all see why I was getting the noise complaints. My roommates for never tripping about me being crazy loud. Grandmother, I'm gonna just keep going. So you give me time, I'm just keep going. But my grandmother, she always knew I was gonna do this or be something. She didn't know I was gonna do this, but she knew I was gonna be something. So it's so many other people, man. The people that gave me my first monitor, my first PC. Shout out to my girlfriend for understanding this difficult times and all these times that we had. Gotta do that before I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Gotta do that. But and I want to say shout out to my uncles and my cousins who I grew up with. They didn't know that this was going to turn into this, but they were the ones that really started. Like this right here. Let me see, I can take one of these.
Oh, the PlayStation 2, boy, you done went way back.
This is where it all started. Shout out to them for letting me play these games, watching them play these games. This is really where it started, right here. This PlayStation 2. Little 4-year-old me. So I would say shout out to them because they were, you know what I'm saying? I was 4 years old. They was 14. I'm cramping. They stopped hanging around them. But they let me do it. So I say shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's dope, bro.